Network.
It's 7 o'clock. It's Thursday night. I'm Mac James, stand-up comic, and it's time for Stand Up for News. Welcome back. It's Thursday. It's Stand Up for News. I am Mac James, your host. I'm a stand-up comic, and I tell the news with my co-host, Robin Macho Woman Savage. Say hello.
Oh, hello, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone out there in listening land.
Happy Kwanzaa, Mom. Right, my other co-host here is Captain Jim Marvin. How you doing, Captain Jim?
Oh, yeah, out there. Merry solstice. Merry winter solstice to everybody out there.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Shortest night of the...
to you, Jim. And then my buddy here, my other co-host, Manny Avila, stand-up comic as well. Say hello.
Hello. Feliz Navidad. I felt right.
Happy Kwanzaa to you and your people, my
all
friend.
my Jewish folks, happy 13th day of Hanukkah? I don't know how that works.
It doesn't. It ended last week.
I know.
Matt's the smartest one of us
We'd like
all.
to issue an apology to our Jewish friends.
Apology accepted on behalf of my people.
Okay.
I'll let your people go.
Happy Kwanzaa, Manny. Happy Kwanzaa, Manny. All right. Snap Foods. We're getting right into the news, by the way.
Oh, my God. Wait, everybody buckled up? Man,
Number one on my list here is Snap Food Stamps. Snap will change forever in 2024 and increase and adjust for inflation. Guess what? Manny's baby mama, when hearing the news, commented, "Oh, snap!"
I haven't heard from her in years, so I was quite surprised. You know?
She says hi. And where's my money?
Okay, dang, I knew that was coming.
Robin Savage.
Okay, a white couple in South Carolina is being investigated by the FBI for harassing their black neighbors. The couple has been accused of yelling racial slurs and lighting a cross in their front lawn. When the FBI questioned the HOA replied, "Well, the cross was burned from the hours from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., so it didn't go against any of our regulations."
You know,
those are some racists who like to follow the rules.
you know where they got the gas, the fuel to light the gas to light the cross?
Yeah, I don't know.
Circle KKK.
The racist gas station.
All right. Well,
Colorado's highest court on Tuesday declared former President Donald Trump ineligible for the White House under the U.S. Constitution's insurrection clause and removed him from the state's presidential primary ballot. The landmark ruling sets up a likely showdown in the nation's highest court to decide whether the frontrunner for the GOP nomination can remain in the race. A court composed mostly of ultra-right-wing conservatives, 3 of whom were appointed by Donald Trump. Guys, I don't think we're going to need to break out the tarot cards to guess how this decision is going to turn out.
All right, guys, I have been practicing my reading. I got hooked on phonics.
You learned how to read good.
And I got a free month of Rosetta Stone, so I've been learning a little bit
you didn't
of
learn how to
Chinese.
write yet, but
Also, yep.
so you decided to read.
Yeah. Let's see. Over the weekend, Republican 2024 frontrunner Trump hit back on his Truth Social platform at actor Robert De Niro after the actor criticized the former president during a recent award ceremony. Trump said to De Niro, "He's become unwatchable." That's a horrible Trump impression. Yeah, it's like a Mexican Trump. He has become a total loser as the world watches, waits, and laughs. Waits for what? For him to die? I don't understand that part. But that's fine, you know. But it said De Niro responded to Trump, and he said, "You talking to me? You talking to me? You talking to me?" Maybe Trump has a point this time. According to Trump. There you go.
Your De Niro was better than your Trump.
Yeah, which says a lot about my Trump, you know. Give me a week, I'll get it.
All right. The cinnamon applesauce investigation has found that there's 2,000 times the allowed level of lead that's proposed as their standard, you guys, in the applesauce. That's crazy, right? How much is the proposed standard of lead is what I wanted, is what this led me to wonder. I was led to wonder this, yeah. Hey, that's why those jars were so heavy, Mom.
You know, the FDA, right?
FDA.
FDI, that's something else. The FDA actually does allow like a certain amount of like insects and stuff in your food. Like there's a certain criteria for all that stuff I guess when you're mass producing food, there's gonna be like
Bacteria.
Well, and I
You
can
know?
understand like bugs or mealworms or
can
something
you?
that
Wow, you're a lot
happens.
more general, lenient.
But that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm just getting a bug.
Mom,
Yeah, but I mean, a bug is not going to kill the population.
I
You
can
gotta-
use my penis as a pencil right now, Mom. That's how much lead is in my applesauce.
Yeah.
Okay, so
If he gets shot, he'll be
what is
bulletproof.
the proposed standard? Well, go ahead, Robin.
I say 69%.
Sorry, I started on
Wasn't
air.
that funny?
69.
Okay, a Senate aide was fired after a video was published of two men having sex in a Senate hearing room. The Senate staffer told Stand Up for News porn reporter, they said only staff allowed in the room, and I just misinterpreted which kind of staff.
Which report was that?
Yeah, I know. Also, it's like, do I not know about this position? Who's more qualified? You gave
Are
that to Jim?
reporter, Robin? You didn't want to say your own names.
It's-
You just said porn reporter. I didn't know we had
Unknown
that.
porn reporter. Research this while she was supposed to be at work.
We'll call it Russell.
I was going to say, who are you paying? Oh, never mind.
Robin, a follow-up on that. A staffer for Maryland Democratic Senator Ben Cardin was identified as one of the men in the video, while the other staffer reportedly works for a Republican senator. Senator Cardin's office said they are still considering what action they will take with the staffer, but are proud of him for crossing the aisle in a show of bipartisanship. I wonder if it's as usual the Republican was the top and the Democrat was the bottom.
The fact that they got in trouble for that. Talk about a whistleblower. I don't know who did any of them get in trouble, or was it just a journalist?
I heard that it was on for like 6 seconds. They were passing like the clip around.
For 6 seconds. The fact that this is like school, it's like high school. Everyone's like, grab it before the teacher sees it.
Yeah,
Everyone's just like
yeah.
passing it along. You gotta love this. We're the best nation in the country. In the world, I mean.
The
You know?
universe.
We have the best nation.
Yeah, definitely the best nation in the country.
You can tell we're all probably
Yeah,
educated.
it's almost like saying I'm the best Spanish person here. So during a screening of
Oh,
his,
you're Spanish?
oh no,
I thought you were sorry.
it's okay.
Never
It's
mind
okay.
about all the happy Kwanzas I was giving.
Oh
you.
yeah, I'll take it.
My
We
bad.
don't Spanish people. We don't have a Christmas, unfortunately. We only
We
have a
should
catchy
make
song.
you one, dude.
I know. What would it be called?
Puerto Rican Christmas. What would
Okay.
we call it?
That works. Well,
No, I was just thinking
we
it out
steal your
loud.
presents instead of getting presents.
Oh,
you know?
go ahead.
All right. During a screen, let's move along here, guys. This is probably significantly less racist. During a screening of his holiday movie classic National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation in Buffalo, New York on Wednesday, comedian Chevy Chase fell off the stage and sustained a bruised knee. Wow, first of all, that's surprising that his old ass only got a bruised knee from that. Jesus, how small is that stage? And it says after
One
getting
Russell wouldn't walk
yeah,
upon.
that's what I was thinking of. So just like one step.
I can't go on.
After getting back on his feet and returning to the stage, the comedian declared to the audience that he was just performing his best Joe Biden impression. Which is that is true, because Joe Biden he got up so quickly when he fell off that bike, like he had something to prove. He's like, I can do it. Everybody back up.
Bounced up.
You're not, bro.
I was thinking when he fell
Like
off
nobody
the
saw
airplane
him
steps.
almost. Kind
He
of a
fell off
bounce.
the airplane steps too?
Up the airplane steps. It's been a
He
while.
fell up the steps. That's so
Yeah.
much
Not
worse
down,
than
up.
falling down the steps,
Like
know?
gravity flipped on him.
Yeah, there's no other.
No, you're going up.
No, exactly. There's no excuse of why you
The
should fall
Chinese balloon they put up his butt.
off. You truly are the Pornhub reporter. URL was that?
Things I've seen on Pornhub this week.
You want to hear one? Are you done with that one?
Yeah, let's go.
So long. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I didn't write these.
I'm
Okay.
just kidding. All right. Texas slapped with a lawsuit over Texas's new law allowing police to arrest migrants crossing right over the border illegally. You guys, Texas then they made a new law allowing them to arrest anyone slapping Texas with lawsuits. They can just make any law they want, apparently, in Texas. Texas was quoting to saying to stand up for news reporter me, that suit didn't fit me at all. The suit don't fit, you gotta quit. You gotta quit telling that joke. Go ahead, Mom.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta say though, why? What do Mexicans have? I mean, what does Texas have against the borders? Canadians are not even that mean. You know? I understand why they want to be.
Oh
so rough.
boy, we're gonna have fun with you with our quiz segment.
Okay, the Denver Zoo asked to have Maury Povich announce the paternity test of a baby orangutan that was born in the facility in late August. Povich had the DNA results in his hand when he announced, "Barini, you are the father." Ironically, the animals were better behaved than any of the human guests that were ever on his show.
Oh, yeah. You mean the monkeys in a run backstage? Cameraman's following back there. He's like holding on to the couch. That's horrible. You know?
Yeah, the orangutans are just like, oh.
I thought you were doing a Captain Jim impression.
Is there a live audience of monkeys there? Just like everyone's like, I told you. All right. Someone just tuned in and was like, what the heck is that?
All right, stay tuned.
Get back to work.
All right, in crime reporting, the former mayor of Harvey, Illinois, Eric Kellogg, has been accused of demanding payment from a strip club to allow prostitution there. Starting in 2003, Kellogg sent his cousin to collect $3,000 each month from the club to allow it to keep operating. 4 years later, he increased the payments to $6,000 or threatened to shut them down. The cousin told the club owner that the mayor may or may not raise the cost of the payoff. Who is this guy anyway? Darth Mayor? I'm altering the deal. Pray I do not alter it any further. James, help me work on that one.
That's funny.
What was it? The other one? Remember? I can't remember.
No, but what's funny was
No, it's a. I may or may not be your father.
Yeah, I was gonna say they should have had that mayor preceding that whole monkey thing. To be like, he is the father. You are.
I really don't believe I am the father. I don't believe the test. I think we should have a redo.
That would be great.
Just a real question, a quick question to you fellas, because I've never been into a strip club before.
Or Darth,
I
Star
thought,
Wars.
like, basically that's sort of what happened anyway.
Well, what?
No,
Like
there
the
is
behind the scenes.
there is no
Under
sex
the
in the
table
champagne.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there is.
I've never been to one either, so I don't know.
Yeah, there's no speaking of fathers
Never.
in
No,
strip
I would
clubs
never
either.
do that.
Fathers are significantly absent at strip clubs. they get that wheel to turn, you know. Deadbeats. All right, let's see here. Family and friends are mourning the loss of Kenny DeForest. I'm sorry. Sorry, Kenny. I just read his name wrong. You know? Mourning the loss of Kenny DeForest, an up-and-coming stand-up comedian who died after getting into a bike accident in Brooklyn at the age of 37. Wow.
Man.
Comics who knew Kenny were shocked to hear of his death in a bicycle accident. I thought it was a motorcycle. That is a sad way to go out, Kenny. Kenny, they were shocked to find out that it was a bike accident. They all expected him to die on stage.
Oh.
Too soon.
Rest in peace, fellow.
I didn't write
comic.
that.
How could you write that?
Yeah. I mean, I've died on stage plenty of times. It's not that bad. You know, we get reincarnated. You die on a bike, though. Oh, that's rough. God bless that guy.
Yeah, man. Okay.
Hey, who
So,
killed Kenny?
You guys, you remember when Michael Jordan said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take," right?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I guess he had a drinking problem, or he had COVID. But Jim is so white that when he's on the court, he misses 100% of the shots he does take. So I guess that doesn't apply.
And he's also been boosted triple times, so he took a lot of those shots too. You know.
Speaking of Jim and his triple boosters, we have a brand new segment
That sounded way
today,
too sexy.
and it's called "Where in the World is Captain Jim Seaman?" Where in the world is Captain Jim Seaman?
Hey,
There you go.
with no practice.
How are we going to do this? Oh,
Very good. All right.
All right, how are we going to do this, Jim?
All
Explain
right.
your new segment to us.
All right, so we are going to take news stories from around the world, and we're going to guess. You're going to guess at where this is all happening.
Like a game show.
Yeah. You know, my seamen. They when we're at port of calls, they go all around the world. You can find my seamen everywhere, and they report back to me what's happening in different places. So I'm going to give you multiple choices on where a story has happened, and if you guess the right ones, we'll do maybe 3 of these. You win a prize.
We were
Oh.
going to have the prize box. I didn't get to bring it. I rode my motorcycle.
Yeah.
So. But there's a prize box, and you get a prize that's in it.
Yeah, we're going to bring in the WTAN surprise news box. Prize box.
We should be happy that you didn't bring that box. Whatever.
I said, it was a surprise already.
All right, yeah.
You won't worry about that. All right. First question. My seamen report that a longhorn bull escaped from a train station in this U.S. East Coast state and blocked train service for about an hour. Where are my seamen? A, New York, B, New Jersey, or C, Pennsylvania?
Ding, 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 ding.
See, you just all
She came
guess.
prepared with a buzzer.
We all get to take a guess.
Y'all get
I'll
C.
get to take it
y'all
down.
get a guess.
I think it's New Jersey. I think I read that.
We've got
it's
a New Jersey. James,
C.
C. We got
have to
Pennsylvania.
go with A.
And you got an A. All right. My seamen are, in fact, in B, New Jersey. All right. A longhorn bull escaped a slaughterhouse and blocked rail lines in Newark's Penn Station and disrupted train traffic between New Jersey and New York City for about an hour. It was captured and taken to an animal sanctuary in northern New Jersey, which sounds worse than the slaughterhouse. All right. So that's 1 point to Robin. All right, second question. My seamen report to me from Europe and say a 17-year-old English boy who disappeared 4 years ago in Spain was found wandering along a mountain roadside in this European country. A, France, B, Germany, or C, my favorite European country, Liechtenstein.
Liechtenstein.
Where are my seamen?
So France, Liechtenstein, and what was the?
Germany.
I'm going to go with France.
You can go France. I have a France.
I'll go with
James. I got a Germany.
France.
I got two French. The French win. My seamen are in France.
Yeah.
The 17-year-old English boy was found in France after a trip 4 years ago in Spain with his mother, who took him to live in a commune, absconded with him, and they lived in a commune in the French Pyrenees Mountains. The boy asked to be reunited with his grandmother in the UK. He said after 4 years, he was tired of getting nothing but wine every Christmas.
He needs to stop whining.
Yeah.
Exactly. Come on.
This is just like high school. If I just copy off the girl, I win.
Oh, this is entirely like life, man. You copy off the girl, and you're gonna do just
That
fine.
explains a lot about your life right now.
He's got more.
All right.
He's got to be a
One more.
tiebreaker. How many questions did you prep?
I got four.
It's a
This
fun
is
segment.
our
This is fun.
this is our third question here. My seamen are in the Baltics and report that in Moscow, Russia, Russia has summoned the ambassador from this border country after that country signed a new agreement on military cooperation with the U.S. Where are my seamen? A, in Norway, B, Lithuania, or C, Finland? Robin, what do you guess? Whose ambassador
C,
was called
Finland.
into?
I'm saying
We've got a
Finland.
Finland.
I don't. It's on the border of Russia.
It's on the border with Russia. Norway,
Look at her
Lithuania,
actually
or
doing your
Finland?
I would say
Calculations.
Lithuania, maybe.
I've got Lithuania,
I got Norway.
and you've got Norway. All right, my seamen are in fact in C, Finland.
Oh, James.
It's on the,
Yes,
Which
Russia has summoned the Finnish ambassador in
Uh-huh.
Moscow after Finland signed a new agreement on military cooperation with the U.S., which grants the U.S. broad access to the area of Finland's long border with Russia. The tension between the two nations has led Russia to announce it will be constructing a large ice wall along its border with Finland, and the announcement has reportedly inspired Games of Thrones author R.R. Martin out of his writer's block to finish, no pun intended, his series of books. Didn't he already have an ice wall?
Is that a joke, Fin?
That joke is finally finished.
That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, I think we gotta.
Sometimes at the end of the movie, they'll say Finn.
I think that joke was longer than all his books.
At least I got the point. I got the
Write that
point. I got the point, and I got the point.
Where are we at here? Are we at a tie?
We just tied up.
Can we do sudden winner take?
Manny's been eliminated.
I was going to do arm wrestling.
I think you're eliminated.
We can do all or nothing. So
This is where we get really
There's
creative
only one
without we're
question
going to.
left, right?
Yeah, so that's-
So you're eliminated. Sorry.
Oh, this is
Between
all or
me and
nothing.
No.
So if I get this one, then
You-
I beat everybody.
You didn't get anything.
All or nothing.
That's not how this game
Is
works.
Is that how your school works?
That's all.
You got a knife, you guys just do it.
Okay,
Just gonna stab
tie-breaking question. My seamen are back in the U.S. in the Pacific Northwest and report that a man in this state killed a woman after luring her into the woods with the promise of digging up buried gold. Where are my seamen? A, in Oregon, B, in Washington State, or C, in Montana?
How is that not Florida? That is
I was
Florida.
thinking maybe
Montana.
California. I say Oregon.
I've got an
Montana.
Oregon, I've got a Montana,
What's the other one?
and then the other one was Washington State.
Because I know
It
the
does
gold
not
rush
happen in
happened in
Montana.
California, and Oregon's closest to
Who does that in
California.
Montana? I'm going to Washington.
I said Montana.
Montana. No one.
Montana.
We got Montana.
I
Okay.
like Joe Montana's a really great quarterback. You know?
So for the tiebreaker, my seamen are indeed in B, Washington State.
Hey.
Authorities say a Washington State man killed a woman and 3 other victims by luring them to wooded areas in the Seattle suburbs under the ruse of helping them exhume gold they buried from previous robberies, killing them and burying their bodies deep in the woods. I mean, who's falling for this line? A bunch of gold rush era prospectors sitting around in an old West saloon carrying pens and pickaxes? Hey, anyone want to come back to my place after the show and help me dig up some Chuck E. Cheese tokens I buried in my backyard when I was 10?
Yeah.
Nothing nefarious going on, guys.
True, like, who would say, like, who would, that's ridiculous. Who would, how can you, like, that's easier than 10 Buddy. 10 Buddy was like, you want to ride?
I mean,
A ride is
That's
enticing.
true.
How
like, you want to go dig? Yeah.
How do you not get suspicious?
We got gold rush
you got any more? You got any more questions?
No, we're going to have to have more tiebreakers
We
here.
tied it. We tied
You're
it.
supposed to do
Oh, did you say one?
odd
You said-
amount of questions.
Yeah, we got 2-2,
2-2
and Manny
one.
got 1.
But I got the one that
According to
counts.
Manny's
We can carry our
rules-
score over
Yeah.
next week where we have the prize box. That
Or
thing
you
on the
can
floor
just-
can be our prize.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a prize on the
There's a
floor.
prize
There
on
we
the
go.
floor, yeah.
All right, this week's
Chocolate dumpling.
This
Oh,
week's
you brought
WTAN mystery prize is a pair of 3D shades from Ed Shed.
I get them.
I'm gonna
You
get.
do, yeah. They're
I think of those
straight
two
from Ed
James.
Shed. That's what he said. That's what he said.
One question right.
Those my pair of shades now.
Yeah, I was going to
Okay.
say, I've got a whole pocket full of them in my house.
I want to win one. I don't want to be given a free one. That's the difference.
All right.
Okay, you earned those ones.
A new KFC flavor got introduced, you guys, of chicken strips that came out in Israel last week. It's called the Gaza strips.
Man, that's
They're the
rough.
bomb.
Oh man! Now that
Did you guys hear about that? I saw it in 3D.
now that I know
Commercial.
now that I know Matt is Jewish, I don't even want to look at him right now. I don't even want to make eye contact over there. You know?
I don't think he does
Still mad
either.
at us right now.
It's in the news.
I flat out don't care. So
He's like, he cares about the Islanders and the Jets.
He's like, I just had those strips and they're really good, actually. But are they kosher? I think that's the question. Yeah.
Chicken strips are kosher.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you just can't mix the meat and the,
With the cheese.
Yeah.
It's just rough.
Are you into that kind of being Jewish part? Are you hardcore into that?
I'm religious by title only.
Yeah. Some people are just like my friend.
I'm like, I
Ian's
know
like,
I'm Jewish, but I don't practice. So whatever.
Yeah.
Anything you say can and won't offend me.
Right.
No matter how hard you try.
I like it. All right.
Well, any minute we're gonna have our guest call in. Our guest, he tours all over the country. His name is Vien or is it
Vien?
Vane? I don't know.
I think it's the end.
I think it's pretty vain to name yourself Vane.
Yeah.
If that's
His mom
if you got,
probably
if,
named
yes.
him. I
His mom's really into herself.
His mom might have named him or his father. Yeah, he's vain. Look at him the way he looks at me, so vain. That will be his name.
He's so
It's
vain, he
Vien,
probably
I
thinks
think.
the show's
Vien,
about
the
him.
comic doctor.
He's so vain.
People, he's out there, man. Everybody knows who Vien the comic doctor is if they're a stand-up comic or if they're a fan of stand-up comedy. He's opening for Mike Rivera tomorrow night as Robin hosts our second Stand Up for the Live event, Stand Up for These Live events show.
Hey.
Twisted Tiki, a free show. There's limited seating with a purchase of drinks or food, you know. You can come and see a free top-notch comedy show for free. I'm talking like the guy won Best of the Bay this year, Mike Rivera, that guy. He's been seen on like HBO and CBS on what, Letterman? No, not Letterman.
We'll just say
Letterman's retired.
Who's gonna Google this? Letterman, yeah, sure. Conan O'Brien, he's been everywhere.
Oh, true. He was not on. Well, Letterman's retired. I should have said the other guy's
The
name.
other guys. I got to see both. I got to the same thing, host a show with Vien and Mike less than a year ago at
Nice.
Bonkers. It was really good. And then
Was that one of them sold out shows?
yeah, I don't know that
Nice.
Bonkers still has the St. Pete room. And then CP
no.
Post and I did a show with him maybe 2 months ago, and he headlined the show. It was someplace up in like Hernando or what's the other one past Hernando? It was elsewhere.
Yeah.
But he's really funny. He does a great job.
But
and
he's a joke
just-
doctor, Vien.
He's a doctor as
Here's-
well as He's a stand-up comedian, successful at both. And
Also,
then
he gives people an IV of laughter right in their vein.
I was wondering if he's like, since my name's Vane, I became a Vane doctor.
Yeah.
It's very Vane. It's VN, I think.
VN.
I don't know how to
He's
read
an
or
ear,
pronounce
nose, and
things.
throat doctor.
Or
ENT.
that's
So
great.
He's an ear and throat doctor.
yeah,
Oh,
ENT,
good.
ear, nose, and throat. Like, did you guys get your tonsils taken out when you were little?
Oh, no.
No,
No?
yeah,
No.
no.
Oh,
I'm
you had to
working
go
on
to
it.
an ear, nose, and throat doctor.
I'm like Joe.
But I
I'm
put
waiting
my
for
mouth
the-
on a
I
few
gotta
things
wait
that
for the
made
end
me feel like
before
I
the end
should
of the year
get
to
it
it done.
removed.
Joe, our co-host, is out of his surgery again, so that's why he's not here. He had a second surgery on his tonsils. Speaking of which, so we got.
Oh.
Was it VN?
Sorry,
we should
he's not
introduce
here.
it to
did.
Yeah, we should have hooked them two up.
Joe probably did go to an ear, nose,
And
and throat
then,
doctor.
Unfortunately, Joe is not on the phone lines, but VN is.
Oh,
Hey, everybody, give a big warm welcome, Vien. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Welcome. After all this butchering your name on
we were
air.
making fun of me not knowing if it was Vien or Vane, which I already did know. I was just trying to be funny. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a
Sorry I'm
pleasure.
late.
All
no
right,
worries.
so we want to give them a little short interview like we do all our comedian guests. So you're going to be opening for Mike tomorrow. It's at Twisted Tiki. We were just talking and plugging it again. Free show. It's on St. Pete Beach right there. We've packed that room out, so I hope we can make you enjoy it and come back again because the crowds were great last time, Mike. Right, Robin?
Oh, it was a fantastic show. Yeah.
Lots of people. So how long have you been doing stand-up comedy for?
Off and on for a long time, probably my whole adult life, but professionally, I've been working, touring the country and stuff about 5 years.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
nice.
Okay.
Nice. I've been doing it 7 years. These are questions we ask every comic that is a guest on our show. But so let's see. Where is your favorite place to perform in Tampa Bay? Since we're based in Tampa Bay here, Stand Up for News is.
Oh, that's a tough one. I used to really love Coconuts back when it existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love
Coconuts
that's my
is,
favorite. Even though it's Sunshine now, it's the room I've spent the most time on.
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's a tiny little place that you can kind of just be yourself, work on material, and it's not a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the place where I always felt like I was a real comic,
Oh, nice.
I like the Snappers Club a lot in Palm Harbor. Usually a really good venue, lots of good attendance. That's probably one of my top choices in Tampa Bay.
Okay, very nice.
So
Yeah.
you're a doctor as well. Is there anybody have any other questions for him about that? He's also a doctor. I know.
Yeah. I'm just surprised that
Joe is just at an ear and throat doctor. Robin said you do ear and throat doctor stuff.
Yeah, ear, nose, and throat. I still practice them in Sarasota. Yeah,
Nice.
and you can't ask me questions, but I'm very expensive.
What's
you
the-
accept Medicaid.
Yeah, pay out the
I work for a living,
on the nose.
Yeah.
so it's not free.
I'm very unaccustomed to most comedians that I know even having a job, let alone a substantial career like yourself. Did you get into comedy after you were already a doctor, or?
Yeah, well, I've done mics here and there, like through college and school and stuff, but nothing serious. I started doing comedy, like I said, 5 years ago. I've been in practice for a while. And what's funny about being friends with a ton of comics is they're all, we know this, and I consider myself one of them. We're all low lives. You know,
You're very high-end low life, I gotta say.
half the comics I know live in a van or on the street. And what's funny is, they find out I'm a doctor, and then all of a sudden I become their concierge physician. I get DMs, 75 DMs a day from some kid in a van who wants me to help him with his tonsil infection.
Well, listen, Van, I'm sorry about
what-
that message. I didn't mean to,
What I generally do is just say something made up to see if they'll do it, and then enjoy the consequences.
I don't understand why putting Vicks between my toes has to do with my tonsils, but you're a doctor. So.
If you have a rash on your butt crack, putting Tiger Balm in there, that's the
James, do you have
the
any
burning
time?
means it works.
Definitely a lot of room to play around there. That's funny. So what made you want to get into comedy? I mean, were you always sort of like like a comedic-minded person, like growing up and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, I grew up watching comedy. I love comedy.
Who are some of your inspirations?
I think right now the guy I like watching the most is Nate Bargatze.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting big.
He's really good, yeah.
Yeah, and I discovered him a long time ago when he was nobody, and I just thought he was quirky and weird, deadpan, and just seeing him blow up and seeing the world catch on to his style is just really nice to see. I don't know him personally, but he seems like a nice, down-to-earth guy, and so he's one of the ones I like a lot. I used to like Hannibal Buress a lot.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
He's really good.
hilarious,
Yeah.
too.
So what you're saying is if he DM'd you, you would give him an appropriate response.
If he showed up in your office, he's going to complimentary.
Yeah. If Nate Bargatze or Hannibal are listening, you get a free medical DM. You get a different,
And a lollipop.
you're not what I would consider low-life comic.
Now, Vian, I have a question for you because I've had the opportunity to see you at least a couple of times, and your comedy is very family based. You talk about being a Laotian. What does your family think about you being a comedy and kind of using them as fodder for your set?
I don't actually know. They don't know that I'm making fun of them. They've never really come to a show. So
That's
we'll
like
find
me.
out someday.
Yeah,
That's like my boat.
We'll have-
it's all out of love, though. You don't say anything bad about your family. It's just to me, it's like a love letter.
Great
to your
cover
family.
up, Robin.
Yeah.
You're Asian, so now it makes sense that you're a doctor. It kind of comes full circle.
Where did you grow up? Where did you grow up, and how was that when you were growing up as a kid?
Well, I consider Florida home. I grew up in St. Pete, actually. But
St. Pete.
I'm originally from Laos. I was born there. I came to the U.S. when I was really young. So Florida's been my home when people ask, but I've sort of lived all over the place.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out to Laos. Shout out to Mike Judd, who put Laos relations on the map with King of the Hill. It's a great show.
Khan.
Khan. Yeah. It was the only representation you guys had for a while on TV,
Is
I have a
Laos,
con bit.
Laos like a Providence or something like that? Am I thinking of
No,
a
it's a
different
country.
place?
It's a little
Okay.
country.
Yeah.
I'm getting mixed up.
But you were saying you have a con bit?
Yeah, I have a con bit in my set, but you have to pay to hear it. I charge for everything.
I'll
Well,
DM you
You're out of
later.
luck there, man.
He's taking this doctor thing a little too far.
Yeah. I'll DM you
Actually-
later. Yeah. Do you take
Actually,
Medicare
you
for your
don't
job?
have to pay for it. The truth is, it is free.
I had to
But you
buy
have to
man
come
2
to
cups
see
of
it.
coffee, so I don't think he's going to go.
I think my insurance might cover it. I don't know. I'll have to check.
Are you a network?
Technically, I'm not charging for it because you guys come see the show for free tomorrow.
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
It's
That's
true.
right.
There's no charge.
That's what, do you promise to do the con joke? If not, I will DM you for some medical information.
I'll do the con joke as an encore.
Okay.
Someone listen.
I swear to God, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Came specifically to see it. I'll do it as an encore, but you have to ask for it.
Okay. I'll heckle you. Con! Everyone's going to think I'm calling you Con. It's going to seem really racist.
Don't heckle me. It'll just blend in with the crowd. It'll sound like whatever else.
I'm Puerto Rican, but I'll be the only other Laotian looking person there.
So, let's see. You guys, we like to tell a few news jokes to keep it moving along. If you want to interject at all while we're doing it, feel free. It's what we always do. We have a guest just kind of riff with us or spitball stuff out there after we tell a little joke. Are you ready for that, some of that? It's what we call standing up for the news here on Stand Up for News. What do you think, Van?
I'll try.
All right, great.
Well,
Robin is going to start out. Go ahead and tell them one of your jokes, Robin. Or
Okay.
stories, I mean.
Rudy Giuliani is filing for bankruptcy after his $148 million defamation lawsuit. Giuliani told Stand Up for News treason reporter, this is going to be my Giuliani impression. Once I pay the ladies in Georgia, I don't have any more money left for my high-waisted jeans and hair dye.
Anybody? What do you think of that, man?
Come on, Van. We're waiting on you.
Yeah. What do you think?
all right. Am I supposed to answer after every one? I was like,
Oh, no. I just want to
We
hear
just
it.
had nothing.
Anybody want? Yeah, nobody had a
We're forcing
comment.
you.
Yeah.
Well, I will admit I'm not great for this bit for you guys because I don't watch the news. I'm like one of those guys who lives in like a cave.
Okay.
The only story I heard recently that I thought was interesting was there was like a cross-country skiing race in Norway.
Oh.
And 2 guys were treated for having a frozen penis.
Oh, man.
Whoa. Icicles.
And one of the guys said, yeah, it's really awful when it happens. It's the second time it's happened to him. And
wow.
I don't know. I feel like that shouldn't happen to anyone twice.
Freeze me once, shame on you. Freeze me twice. I'm never going to Norway again.
I mean, you have 10 fingers. If I have a frostbite finger, I lose a pinky. You might get me to do that same thing again. I'm not sure you get a second frozen penis on me.
Also, who's the second guy that was with him this time? You know, like, did he trick him into doing it? He's like, look, it worked last time. Just I'll show you. There he goes, you know. What is that about?
I want to know which 2 guys get their penises frozen because there were other guys in the race. Is it a size thing?
Yeah, what were you guys up to? You know? I can just picture one. I can picture one of their tongues being stuck like Dumb and Dumber, you know, trying to pull it out. You know? Sorry.
Like, is it more able to freeze if it's bigger or smaller? Like, what's the problem?
I think that's the thing that inspired Klondike Bar's new flavor there.
Can you imagine it got frozen while it was like not hard? Then you're just like trying to I swear to God it gets bigger. I promise you, this is not an accurate representation.
It's what cold water does.
Yeah. Like someone pee on it.
Yeah.
It can defrost. It'll treat it like a jellyfish bite. There's no pee on it. So it can defrost. You know?
Oh my goodness.
If there's a risk of a penis injury, I would definitely insist on it being a warm weather sport.
And this is coming from a doctor.
You're good at this. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh.
You're natural.
All right, Jim, go ahead and tell us a very long, very over-detailed piece of a joke story you got.
Thank you, James. At a Dunkin' Donuts in El Paso, Texas, police say workers pulled guns on customers asking for the manager, telling them, quote, "Y'all gonna die."
Oh.
After a couple in the drive-thru complained when informed there were no more jelly-filled donuts, the employees pulled out guns, pointed them at the couple, and said, quote, "We're out of jelly-filled donuts, but would you like some lead-filled donuts, bitch?"
Oh, man.
I guess those people won't be running on Dunkin'. They'll be running from Dunkin'.
Yeah. Now you know how they put the holes in the donuts.
Yeah.
Practice.
And according to the FDA and James's joke, there should already be a substantial amount of lead in the donuts. Dunkin' Donuts so unsafe now. They have lead-filled donuts just to protect you from bullets. You know.
That joke was so good it got Scott Patrick to call in.
Hey, Order was so bad he wanted to come out of order.
Hey,
Scott. Save you guys.
Scott Patrick, he's our man on Us Street. He calls in and tells us some news out there on the streets. We have a guest stand-up comic. He tours all over the country and stuff. You probably heard of him. Say hello to Scott. Say hello to VN, Scott.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, we got 2 people on the line now. Oh, it's going, my dog. We were just telling some silly jokes about the news. What's up? What street are you on today? Thanks for calling us. We missed you.
Yeah, well, today I'm in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
Because it's National Homeless Remembrance Day.
Nice.
So, in remembrance of the homeless, I wanted to know what it's like to live in their place, So I'm on Old Mill Road, and I'm going to take a dump on the sidewalk. Because where better to stack some logs than Old Mill Road?
Did you say you're in LA or India? I don't know.
Oh, man. What else is going on? You got some news to stand up for?
Yeah, sure. A $3.99 thrift store purchase of a vase turned out to be $107,000 vase, which is weird how they do that, how they just change it because of the value. It's like we don't do that with the word eight, you don't call it odd. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like one's a playing card and the other's a playing ground.
Wait, is this true? Is vase a poor man's way of saying vase?
Oh, I thought it was the same word, just however you say it, like potato, patata.
Is it? But no one ever says
Is
patata.
patata
I've never seen anybody say patata. No, I will smack
An
somebody.
English person.
Uh,
Like a bit of a batata.
All right,
That's just
Scott.
someone having a stroke.
All right, Scott, what else you got for us? Let's let Scott do his thing.
Yeah, so actually, I came with the Christmas hack for the season.
Ooh.
You know, a lot of people are into this Elf on a Shelf. It's, you know, a big thing. They even have a Snoop Dogg one, you know. But the life hack is Elf on a Shelf's not just good with helping kids' behavior. It's also a great place to hide your weed.
This is true.
The kids can't touch it, you know, and if you just have to tell them that the smell is the pine trees of the North Pole.
Imagine your 13-year-old son's finding your weed. You're like, Dad, what is this? He's like, what the heck were you doing about an elf on a shelf? You know, you just twist the tables, you know, turn the
You're too old
tables.
for Elf on the Shelf.
You touch the Snoop on a stoop.
Hands off the elf and hands to
goes to
yourself.
prison.
Is that what it's called? Snoop on a suit?
Yeah, Snoop on a
That's
stoop.
great.
What else you got, Scott?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say is that the greatest part about that hack, the Elf on the Shelf, is that later on throughout the year when they do smell weed, it's just going to remind them to be better kids.
Yeah, man. All right.
So a North Carolina man, he bought 2 identical Powerball tickets due to a clerk's mistake. And he ended up winning $100,000 on each ticket.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he actually gave one of them to his brother, which is BS because the only thing my brother ever gave me that he had 2 of were punches for flinching.
I thought you were going to say an STD, but we'll go with the punches. That's you can't get more family than that.
All right.
Everything.
Here's I want to tell you this one, Scott. I wanted to see specifically what you would have thought of this one. Last week, an albino deer, a white albino deer, was caught on video in Pennsylvania, and the video went viral and everything. They're very rare. And they could tell it was an albino white deer, other than the color of its fur, of course, because it can't dance or jump very good. And also, Manny tried to snort it, by the way. He said, "Stop it, that's a deer." And they officially named the deer, because of how white it is, they named it Captain Jim Marvin. It's a cute name for a deer fawn.
Don't get much whiter than that.
It's also on a higher pay grade than the other deers.
Yeah, good credit.
It's got that deer privilege.
Nicer home.
So, Scott, you got anything else for us?
I have one more, and then I have the history and the weather.
I think we're not doing the
Prepared.
weather today because we did Jim's new segment earlier. I should have gave you the message in the group thing.
Well, then I'll do my weather now then.
Go
I
ahead,
enjoy
fire away.
You know, I don't pay attention too much about what's happening in the Middle East, but I heard the Houthis are attacking or something. But, like, I don't know if the Houthis is actually their name or is that their pronoun.
I'm not sure whether
Why?
Houthi clan ain't nothing to mess with.
Okay. What was I going to say next?
Are you still going to do the history, though?
We got history stuff right now, I guess. Laughs from the past. It's time for history with Scott Patrick. I'll let you take off with the history right now.
Okay. A Pan Am flight, this day in history, Pan Am flight 103 exploded in Scotland. And from what I heard, according to the black box, the last words were from the co-pilot saying, "I said, push your kilt down, not tilt your kilt."
Anybody else brought some history news?
I got some.
Laughs from the... Oh, Robin, fire away.
This day in history, December 21st, 1937, Disney's first full-length classic movie, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, premiered. It premiered in the Los Angeles theater. Most patrons of the movie reported enjoying the movie, while some admitted that they thought it was a little dopey.
It made me pretty sleepy.
This week in history, in 2012, the music video for South Korean singer Psy's humorous pop song Gangnam Style became the first video on YouTube to garner 1 billion views.
Oh, wow.
It also quickly becomes the first video to earn 1 billion dislikes.
It's a little unfair because I think you got one person from China to like the video. You know?
No, you had the whole day. You had the whole country. Of China.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, whatever. I messed it up.
One person.
Yeah, one person each.
You got some history, Manny?
I know, but I just found this right now. It says the New York World published in 1913 the first modern crossword puzzle.
Oh,
Which means
okay.
since 1913, it's been making people realize how dumb they are.
Did they nail Jesus puzzles to it? The Jesus puzzle to the crossword puzzle?
This
That's
is his
what
arm.
Marty said.
Ow.
Did they burn them in the South?
They got a claw hammer?
What's a 3-letter word for makes you feel horrible? Sin. That's not.
Why have you forsaken me? Hey, Santa. I wrote this Santa roast joke I was going to tell you guys. You guys want to hear them?
Yeah.
Sure.
I just wanted because
Did you do the roast?
Yeah, it was fun,
Oh,
you
is it?
guys. I
Okay.
wrote
We're
some
going to order
Santa
this
Claus.
one, right?
Yeah, I said, hey, Santa, you guys know that song Deck the Halls, which actually is my history because it came out in 1902, back on this week. You guys ever heard of that song Deck the Halls
Uh-huh.
with Balls of Holly? Now, is that a song about a trans? Is it? I don't know.
Holly King.
There's another thing I said because I really don't like Santa. I looked him right in the eye, Jim, and I said, Santa, I hate you. I wish you were dead. In fact, I wish we were at your cremation right now. That way you could be getting roasted while you're getting roasted. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We did it at Ordinance 1 with Stefano.
I would say Stefano runs a great room, so it looked
cool.
fun. Yeah.
He has the best flyers. Some of the
Yeah.
best flyers. And we see a lot of crappy flyers this college.
Yeah.
I don't know what flyers
I made some terrible flyers.
Made a great flyer for the Orlando Invasion. You did a good flyer.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you.
was a
Scott,
fly
you got any
flyer.
more history news?
No, I only had the one.
Oh, any more weather or any or current news?
I no more news, but I was actually thinking today about how the elves. We're always seeing the ones in the workshop. Always seeing the ones making toys. But where are the elves that are in the coal mine?
Working on
Where's all this? They're the elves in the Thor movie. Those guys are mean.
You say porn?
No, Thor. I thought.
Oh, that's my favorite kind of elf movies.
Bridget the Midgets.
Sorry, I thought you said that. You said Thor? Oh, okay. Since Santa was originally from Turkey, did you know that, Mom? St. Nicholas, the original St. Nicholas was
yeah,
from
I did not know
Turkey. I decided to write a joke in his native tongue. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, bear with me. Gobble, 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 gobble. Gobble, gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble.
Of course, his
You
fat.
get it?
Of course, his fat ass would be from a country named after a food. That makes sense.
Yeah, he got
Chili.
he got his sainthood from he caused 3 miracles that earned him his sainthood. The original Saint Nicholas. First, he saved 3 prostitutes from slavery by giving 10 pounds to the Lord of the land to give his this guy his daughters back. Yeah, that's where ho 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 came from. And his other miracle, it's all true. His other miracle was he brought a dead baby back to life. Did you guys know about any of this?
Oh.
Yeah. Dang it, Santa! I paid good money for that operation.
It's like an anti-abortionist. For real.
Yeah, well, he is
Talk about
Christian,
pro-life.
I guess.
Jeez.
Well, anybody else want to say anything? Go start with Rob and work your way around. I'm done.
Oh, okay. A woman from Fort Pierce, Florida, is celebrating her 53rd employment anniversary at McDonald's. Yeah.
Sorry.
Happy anniversary.
She said that she's
Happy meal anniversary.
she is. She says over the years she's enjoyed meeting a lot of people and living in McPoverty.
Yeah. Is this lady on Tinder? Because that's right around my bracket level, I guess.
She's like,
Yeah, all right. Well, that's even better.
All right. In Montana, a grandpa whose jaw was ripped off by a grizzly bear attack before he could fire on it during a hunting trip is in recovery. As far as the next time he hunts, he's going to, quote, be like Rambo. So in honor of this brave Montanan who was a little slow on the draw, Stand Up for News would like to present you sing our version of a Christmas classic. Everyone ready? 2, 3, 4. Grandpa's jaw got torn off by a grizzly. Hunting in Montana, Christmas Eve. You might say this story's kind of grisly, but Grandpa says there's something up his sleeve.
I gotta say, this is
Merry
so
Christmas,
cute.
everyone.
Thank you.
made
This is
us
so
do
cute.
that.
Jim actually brought a little piece of paper for all of us with the lyrics of this song. I mean, it was up to like 3 a.m. putting together.
He's like, can I write grizzly with grizzly?
Yeah. This is,
It's a slant rhyme.
you know, man, this
I
is
was
like
gonna
the best.
tell my racist Santa joke. You guys, the lobby just filled up with a bunch of big black dudes. Beautiful black lady too. I'm not gonna tell it.
That would be news.
I think
Get your
Santa's
butts kicked.
racist.
We're gonna be okay. Now that our lives are threatened,
How
we're
there's
gonna.
black Santa and there's black Jesus, but there's no black Easter Bunny.
No,
Yeah, there should be.
that's a chocolate one.
Well, it's not. Whatever.
All right.
You're right.
All right. I'm just going to make this a little safer for us here. A new bill introduced in New York could force Chick-fil-A located at rest stops in the state to be open on Sundays.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't write these. So, according to this piece of paper Jim handed me,
This is true.
This is true, which is crazy. The bill will also require the company to change the slogan from "Eat more chicken" to "Work more Sundays." I think I'll stick to Burger King. Thank you very much. First off, I won't stick to Burger King.
You can have it your way.
What's up with Chick-fil-A? Doesn't it look like they just breed a whole bunch of white virgins, like white Christian virgins in their back, like Westworld or something? You know, you go back there, there's like a 15-year-old just like spinning on
A sacrament for someone's
Jim.
religion. You got to work at Chick-fil-A for a while.
What's the opposite of church's chicken?
Jim,
Chick-fil-A.
you're so white that you're the only one in this room that's upset that they're being forced to be open on Sundays.
Yeah.
All right. You wrote that, huh, Jim? We talked about it at my house.
That's the day when we get together and
We
compare
did a-
potato
We
salads.
did a session. Yeah, you had all the raisins in yours. Gross, man.
This Tupperware always has a burgundy top. I hate it.
Oh, man. All right. Well, it looks like we covered everything but plugs.
Okay. I like
That's
this
our
segment.
segment where we talk about what's going on. What are we plugging for tomorrow, Robin?
Tomorrow I am plugging a Twisted Tiki show with our very good friend Vian and Mike Rivera. I also just found out that the first Saturday in January, I'm going to be doing a show at Safe Harbor Spa with Tom and Mike again, Tom
Nice.
Wise and Mike Rivera. So lots of
But
fun
more
stuff.
importantly, tomorrow at 8 o'clock at Twisted Tiki, everyone. VN and Mike Rivera,
Yeah.
Stand Up for News Live host, Robin Savage. You guys are going. I guess you can do a set because Joe ain't coming now. He's in the hospital with his tonsils. Russell's in
Get
the
better,
hospital.
Joe.
That's
Get
why he
better.
won't be there.
You better wrestle.
So 8 o'clock, be there. Free show. Tell your friends. VN's going to be there. The comic doctor, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, man. They say laughter's the best medicine, right?
There you go. He'll be
Is that
accepting
true if you
DMs.
got like tonsillitis or something, though?
Doesn't work for diarrhea.
Diarrhea of my throat. That's right.
I'm starting to think you're not a doctor and you're full of crap. Diarrhea. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a pun. Sorry. I love you, Vian.
Oh, I did that.
Thanks. Love you.
Don't interrupt his love. You don't shut the music off. Don't interrupt his love. You
Oh,
almost
is he
said I love
out?
you back.
He
You
hung up?
know?
All right, man. We'll
He
see you
just
tomorrow.
said
We'll
he
have
loved
fun
me,
tomorrow.
I know. Okay, guys. We have one plug today, but it's fine.
Yeah, everything but plugs. My mom did 2 plugs.
There you go.
Hey,
Oh, you're getting
I got a
pretty.
I got a new product coming out. It's a company. It's spelled SASK. It's called Sask. It's a watch company. It's a Sasquatch.
All right, yeah, there you go. Matt gave us the air drums on that one.
Nice.
If
Thanks,
you
Matt.
want to know, if you want to know what time it is, just Sask.
All right, stand up for news. Stand up for news. See you next week.
We stand up for you.
You can stand up too. Don't sit down. Stand up now. Clap, clap.
Stand up for news. Stand up for news.
Hey.